I really enjoyed this film because as an artist, I can totally relate to tapping into your art when you're faced with the atrocities of war. That really kind of viscerally hit me. And so I wanted to start out by saying thank you for putting that on film for us because it helps to put in perspective what's important in life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's talk about the beginning. I love how you guys started the film with running through the fields and all the color and it was gave this warm and fuzzy thing and then that juxtaposition of it going from that to walking through the bombed areas. What was the decision to start the film in that way? Either one of you can take it first.
Well, I mean, I can speak to my experience. As we received the footage from Anya and Slava, you know, really the first couple rolls of the film, so to speak, were absolute reverence and inspiration. They were traveling through nature. They were focusing on butterfly or flower or their dog Frodo, and we, you know, immediately realized this is not B-roll. This is the soul of their life of Ukraine, and it was of deep importance to them. That's what inspired their art. And then the next role, all of a sudden, we're seeing destroyed neighborhoods and buildings and houses that were lost and this destruction. And this is one day apart, or often the same day they're going through this. And to have this kind of emotional whiplash, and yet in the middle of war, you know, seeking out inspiration and light and beauty and refusing to, you know, kind of cower or hide away from that, but saying, no, we're still going to live, we're still going to create. That was really, you know, it's a way without saying what I just said, just by putting these two images together, it contains that entire concept. And so in that way, I think that's cinema, right? We can have two things that take on more meaning than they do. It's more than the sum of the parts because they're next to each other. So to juxtapose was a way we could communicate this very viscerally, very universally.
I love that. It was I watched the film a couple of times, and even after I've seen it a few times, that moment still just kind of sits right here in my heart. Thank you so much. Slava, I want to talk to you about creating the porcelain pieces. How long does it take you guys to create it and cast it and put the designs on it? Because it seems like a very meticulously arduous task, but the result is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, thank you so much. It's really complicated work. It's a long time. It's really long time. Sometime till 2 months or more, because Anya never rush. Anya's painting is the main part of our art because I usually I only create these figurines like canvas for Anya, for Anya's work. Sometimes I paint something, but usually my work is finished when Anya uh, take from me this ready to paint figurine, and if she's starting to tell a really complicated story, she never think about how long time it may take. And for our movie, Anya created three figurine especially, and it's most complicated story, more detailized than ever before. Uh, we we tried to tell in these figurines, not straight but in allegory way, about our peaceful past in Crimea, about our present in war, and about our dreams for the future.
Mm.
But because these stories was animated by Blue Studio in Poland, it's not only a story from these three figurines, because Anya sent to Blue Studio all photos of all figurines, all her painting, uh, 20 years of work. And they investigate Anya's style, and they was able to continue Anya's painting on this figurine for animation, and they created 7,000. They drew 7,000 hand drawing pictures for this animation.
That animation was fire. Can I just tell you that animation? The only time I've ever seen something close or similar to that being done was with Carla Gutierrez's documentary Frida, where she makes the paintings come to life. That's the only other time I personally have seen it. I'm sure there may be others that exist, but that's the only thing that I remember. But this was much more meticulous because the images were so much smaller, right? You. I want to just close out with there was something that someone said. They said when tomorrow comes, it would depend on how we tie our boots today. How does that resonate with you now on the other side of this documentary? Because again, you guys hit me in the heart every time, and that hit me too.
It hit me. I mean, I thought, wow, this is unbelievable that the choices that you're making when you get up in the morning, not only do they affect your life, they affect the life of your family, they affect the life of your community, but they resonate. You know, Slava talks about this concept. I mean, it's resonating through history. The members of Saigon, they said, we want to bring these cameras into our daily experience in the front line, because if we can tell our story, maybe someone else won't have to be there.
During the war, we cannot fix anything. Our culture is a main target of this aggression, and because this war, our museums was destroyed, our university was damaged, and most important, so many our artists and writers and teachers, any people who create something in culture was killed on front line or on just in their bedroom and kitchen, because Russia shelling the districts of apartment houses, and every day and every night people die. And because they killed our artists and parents of our future artists, they kill in future of our culture. And it's our duty to continue our culture, to make something new instead of all these people, because nobody can bring these people back to life.
This piece of art is going to live in perpetuity, and it's so, so, so important. Slava, thank you so much for putting yourself out there and recording what you saw and giving us a slice of your art in the process. It was so beautiful and so much needed in the times that we're living in right now. And must I say, that little doggy is hella cute. He is, is it a he or a she?
Thank you so much. It's he, and he is amazing. He is brave under the shelling. He is patient in journey, and he is really kind with audience. He loves people. He loves people.
He was hella cute. I'm like, look at him. He's like, it don't have a care in the world. It's just living his best little doggy life. But with that, I want to thank you both for giving me time to chat with you today. Again, I wholeheartedly loved Porcelain War, and I think it's much needed and it's such a gift. Thank you both, Slava and Brendan, for all you do and for letting me talk to you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you from all Ukrainians. I'm here instead of so many people. Thank you.
You're welcome.